Hello. Hello cuties, and welcome to the March vlog. We are going to be getting ready right now for me to drop things in my sink. I don't have a great bathroom, but you know, we make do. Hello. Yes, so it is March 1st, and I'm already stressed. Just thinking about all the things I need to do. We are putting on some makeup right now because we have a job interview. That's right, ladies and gentlemen and non-binary nobles. That's what I called it before. Why am I going to a job interview? I already have a job. Why does anyone go to a job interview? The possibility of better pay. Also, the job that I currently work at does have an expiration date on it that no one knew about when you got hired. And then they're like, oh yeah, this is all one big project and it ends. So I don't think I want to stick around for that, just to get let go again. So far today, we have finished editing the March TBR video. It's incredibly long, and it'll be amazing if anybody actually watches it all the way through. So I've done that, and today, considering it is March 1st, that meant for a weigh-in and for all of the bariatric stuff, for the update, for those of you who care about said update. It's been a struggle this last month. I actually but in the beginning of February or mid-February, discovered that I'd actually gained weight back because I'd been, well, working at a job where I didn't do my regular meal breaks and ended up grazing a lot. And that's a very dangerous thing to do. I gained like 5 pounds, but having been like trying to get myself back on schedule with everything, did go down again. So now overall I lost another, from after like if I had never gained the 5, I lost another 2 pounds. So technically I had gained 5 and lost 7 in this month. So it's been a fluctuation. The journey of that has definitely been a stressful one. Yep, totally uneven. It's fine. Bariatric stuff is not going as good as it could be, but I guess it could be a lot worse. There's a lot of things that have not been like going my way, between trying to find a new place to live, getting my life together. There's just a lot of things that have kind of crushed me a bit in February. I didn't finish the audiobook for Search for the Phoenix. I'm still working on that. I'm only 5 chapters done with that, so that's one of my stressful things for March to finish. We've got a costume to do, we've got bookmarks to do, we've got, you know, writing goals, reading goals, all the different goals. We have them, and I'm already stressed. That's how I function. Many people would be like, well, you know, these are arbitrary goals that you have set for yourself. And it's like, yeah, that's why there's more pressure on them. I'm the one who told me to do it. I should do it. Anyway, this is weird, and I'm not making any coherent sense. Getting ready for a job interview and hoping that it pays more. The problem was, so this place is much further than where I'm currently working, which I don't mind a commute. I have audiobooks to listen to this month. Is that March TBR was a lot. Now I know a lot of people think, oh, it's just a TBR, you don't have to complete it and stuff, but I have the overwhelming guilt from all of the books on my shelf, and I really don't like thinking about the fact that I'm not going to be able to read them all. And I get a bit of that FOMO when everybody, all the other lovely like booktubers and stuff, are talking about all these new releases and stuff, and I cannot contribute because I'm still reading books from like 2000. This could just be the imposter syndrome doing me a dirty. I don't even know why I bother doing like the whole contour thing. It doesn't do anything for my face, I don't think. but I do it because I see other people doing it. And boy, do I cave to peer pressure, apparently. I don't know. Do you guys notice a difference? Probably not. No one cares. Oh, damn it. I forgot to do that again. Already forgot a thing. Well, too late now. Concealer can suck it. Oh yeah, that looks terrible. Awesome. Hello, I've completely lost my train of thought. I don't normally do lips because it usually washes off, but this thing has worked really well. This is just an Ulta Beauty Velvet Matte Lip Crayon. It's decent. I'm mad at myself for how much pressure I'm putting on myself for the little tasks when there's a fucking war going on. Like, literally. And I can't really say much about it because I don't know the history. I don't know those things. And so I don't want to be another one of those people who is uninformed as hell and trying to say like solutions. Like, I don't know solutions except maybe Russia should back the fuck off. And that's all I can really say about it. I don't know anything else. That's all I know is how to do my makeup mediocrely. Now she's ready for an interview. We're gonna drive 40 minutes to go to this place and hope that they pay more than what I am making now and that they hire me, and that then, yeah, then we'll see where this goes. Okay. Hello everybody, we are done with that interview. I went and saw Mom and we had some food together, and now I'm at my parents' area walking to Poppers because they need walks. And I don't know if you guys can see them, sorry. But yeah, the interview, I think it went well. It was really long. It was like an hour-long interview, and I toured the place, and I kind of felt like a little bit like I was in the Big Bang Theory, because they walked me around the warehouse where there's all these engineers and stuff working on it, because they do these parts for antennas and things that go into fucking space. Like they have a part that was made there that's on the Mars rover. What? And you walk in and the engineers are all like hunched over their desks working on stuff, and then they look up and it's just deer in the headlights and you're just, hi. And I felt very strange, but not in a bad way, just kind of a humorous, I feel like I'm on the Big Bang Theory moment. But yeah, so they haven't called me back yet. We'll see. But yeah, we are just walking the Poppers now. All right, girls. Bye-bye. Lucy, bye-bye can't run no more. Come on. Okay, now we're back from our walk. You feel good? You feel okay? You feel a little overheated? Okay. I love you. My good girl. Yeah. Wishy right here. Everyone's sated. Good. Need a butt scratch time. Yeah. Look at that tongue. That tongue is disproportionate to your head. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make fun of you. Look at you. Yeah. So we're still waiting to hear back from them if they want to offer me the position or not. I hope they do. We won't know. I want to say I've never failed an interview, but who knows? This could be the first one. I'm usually pretty good with them, but there's a first time for everything, right? Yikes. Hello. It's now 9:20 p.m. We've been home, obviously. I uploaded video for Friday. It's all done now, finally. And I wrote my word count. It took a while to get through it. I'm just kind of distracted, but I got 1,100 words in. That makes the count. This month I have to do about 1,100 words, just under, every day to reach the goal, which should be okay. I thought about starting the short story of the month, because the short story of the month is an original high fantasy, and I have a new idea, but I didn't want to start it tonight. I probably will start it tomorrow, but I also feel like I need to finish this chapter of Hisobo before I start it, but I still got 2 POVs to get through, so I don't know. So I don't want to waste time not writing the short story because I need to complete those, whereas Hisobo I just need to make progress on. But yeah, so we're gonna go to bed soon. I'm gonna wash this makeup off my face and read more of Beastly on my phone, which is it's not my favorite thing to do, reading a book on my phone, but we're gonna do it. We have about 76 pages left to get through on here, so yay, getting books done. Good night. Hello everybody, it is March 2nd, it's like 7 p.m. and I just did a workout. Not really a great one, but again, I keep trying these fitness Marshall ones and I just feel so uncoordinated. I keep thinking maybe I'll get better at them, but I don't know. I definitely feel like some strain in the muscles and stuff, but there is a chance we don't work tomorrow. So I might go swimming with my mom because she has a day off too. And then we'll try to get some stuff done. I really need to kind of figure out my schedule of priority for stuff because we have a costume to make this month. We gotta start our embroidery bookmarks. We've got words to write. I did write some today. I started working on the short story for March, which is an original. This time we're not revamping anything, and it's a high fantasy, and I've already entitled it Tinker Witch. So that is what we are writing. So I wrote almost 900 words. I just need to write a little bit more to reach my daily word goal, and then we will probably just listen to my audiobook for a bit and continue rapid embroidery thread, and then we'll see, and then we'll probably read. So we're gonna start a new book today because I finished the ebook. Did I review the ebook? I finished the indie pick of the month already, which was Beastly by China Mieville, and if I didn't review it, here's the review. If I did review it, skipping ahead, it's not for me. There is definitely a very wide audience for this type of book. It is a paranormal romance with heavy on the sex scenes, and that's where it's not my cup of tea. But I know there's a wide market for it, and I'm sure this book will be widely enjoyed by people who are not very ace like me. But we read it. There it is. We are gonna start reading The Ivory Key by Akshaya Raman. Oh no, my card fell out. But this is also a 2022 release. So this came out January, I want to say 4th is when it came out, maybe something like that. And this is a special Illumicrate copy of it with the sprayed edges and the shiny that has a very different cover. Normally, like, it does have people on it, which is where it's like, I would have liked the other cover, but with the blue instead of all the faces. I just don't like faces, okay? I'm not a fan. I'm sure Hollow would like it because it's illustration, but I don't really like faces on the covers, okay? I set it down and then it watches me. And I don't like that. Even though they're watching each other, I can tell they're side-eyeing me for not having started this yet. But so we're going to do that for the rest of the night. See what happens if we work tomorrow. We may not. It's up to my boss. Hello. So we ended up working today. Great. We had to do a lot of driving, and I'm a little sleep deprived, and I'm gonna get probably pretty loopy because we're gonna have game night in a few moments. But I just finished listening to Boyfriend Material, my trash read, and it was delightful. I gave it 4.5 stars because it does the thing that a lot of contemporary romances do, where they don't let us bask in the happy ever after thing, you know. I like having that. Just let me sit with them a bit. Like Red, White, and Royal Blue does that. They let us bask in it for a while, and that makes me very happy. Now, I like this a lot. There is a lot of will they, not necessarily will they, won't they. There's a little bit of that, but there were like several breakups, and I do like how it goes. I don't know how to explain it other than that I really enjoyed it. It's a very fun queer read, and I really want to read the sequel, which comes out this year. Didn't know it was going to be a sequel, but so that's how I'm hoping to bask in their happy ever after now, is because they get a whole sequel called Husband Material, which means the boys are going to get married. We know this. I mean, it's in the title, basically. They're going to do that. So that is now the second book we have finished. I'm like trying to get through the TBR because Libby decided to drop 2 books that I had been that are on hold, and they had said they would be on hold for weeks, and they decided to drop. And so I'm starting Aurora's End tomorrow, as well as the Anthropocene review. This was, last I checked, it said 10 weeks for this book. But oh no, no. Libby's like, guess what, you get it early. So now I have to zoom through those in order to get through the rest of these. I've also read more of the Ivory Key. It's not quite captivating my attention entirely. And I also feel like maybe I shouldn't have classified it as Middle East because it's India, which is more Asia. And now I feel like I shouldn't even give myself the point when I complete it. So I feel stupid on that front. You know, I'm an American. Okay, geography is not our strong point, nor is a lot of things educationally related. Start Aurora's End tomorrow. I do have a lot of driving to do tomorrow, so I'll hopefully get through that pretty quickly. And then I will work on Sunday as well, which will, in theory, give me more hours in the car listening to the audiobook, and then get through Anthropocene reviewed, and then we can get back on track. But damn it, Libby! It sounds like I'm angry at my cousin Libby. I'm not angry at Libby. I'm angry at the app. Anyway, okay, we're gonna go play games now. Morning, everybody. It is 10:15. What day is it? March 5th? I've lost track of everything. We are getting ready to go to another job interview, which is like 3 minutes from where I currently work, and then we are driving to Colorado Springs. So we're gonna really get through a lot of Aurora's End today. That's what we're starting audiobook. It is a chunk. It's about a 15-hour audiobook. So I should get it done today. We're also gonna go to the post and ship something for a fee. And we're gonna go see everybody down in Colorado Springs. And by everybody, I mean Lena. Okay, so that interview did not go as bad as I thought it would. It was actually very casual, and he basically offered me the job already. It pays much more than what I'm currently making, so once that offer comes through, I'm probably taking this one. Yay! But it is another admin kind of job. It may be more demanding, which is fine. I like, you know, keeping my brain busy. We are now going to drive an hour and a half to Colorado Springs. Hey.
Or before at least.
That's true. But now you're on the vlog. Ooh. Not just the cosign vlog. Or the award show. Now you're on the March vlog.
I don't know if I saw that.
You didn't even watch my video? Oh my god. Are we even friends?
I immediately sent it to my mom.
So,
I think I even sent it to my friend in Australia, and she was like, oh my god.
What the hell is this? What did you send me? Is this a virus?
No, she was like, this is awesome.
Okay, good. So I'm with Lena today. We just streamed. We're hanging out for a little bit.
Yeah.
Before I go back up home. But we wrote the words.
Yay!
Yay!
You wrote many words.
I did write many words. I could write more words. I should write more words and get myself ahead of the game. But also, I have so many things to do.
I know. Being an adult sucks.
It does suck. I do not approve.
No.
Someone take it back. I'd like a refund.
Do not like.
Yeah. Kit Kat, come on, be on the vlog. Kit Kat. Kitten? Oh wait, that's for my dogs. Now we're not streaming. She doesn't care. She's a true influencer.
Yes.
Only.
She's like, where's my audience?
Yeah, where's my Insta? I don't. Are we live? We don't care. This is Nina's house. I like the inset shelving.
Yeah. I'm still keep moving things around, trying to figure out how I want to do things. Mm-hmm. Some of the stuff up there is just there because I didn't really have a good place anywhere else to put it.
Sure.
But
here's a large quantity of dinosaur books. Just FYI. Dinotopia. Oh, you're right there.
Oh.
You just having a
seat. She crawled
seat
back there, but I didn't know she was still
there.
Hi. She finally slowed down.
Kit Kat. This kitten.
But my Ashport archives are in there. Book 4's in my room because I'm going to read it now.
Oh, okay. And then she's going to write all of the reviews and say how terrible a book it is and no one should read this. Don't pick it up. And yeah, she's going to just hate spam me.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Yeah.
That's what friends do.
Exactly. You guys can also pick up this book that she's featured in, or this book that she's featured in, or any of these, right? You're featured in all these.
Yeah.
Yes. I like this. This is cute. That's very much an aesthetic for my room.
The candle thing?
The little
Okay.
Yeah. I painted that.
You painted it? Well, now I don't want it. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Actually, funny thing, when I was a kid, I was obsessed with Secret Garden.
Me too!
And there's like, when she's like walking around at night with the candle.
Yes!
I had a little toy candle when I was a kid. My mom thought that was so funny.
Oh my god, I fucking love Secret Garden.
And so I painted this one. It's got ivies on it. Mm-hmm. And then...
You got one!
My mom painted this one.
Oh, oh, the Secret Garden! Oh my god.
My mom thinks that is the funniest thing.
Can we have a watch party? Yeah. I think I have it. I love that movie so much.
I don't know if my parents might still have the version that I watched all the time.
The one in 1993?
Probably.
Probably that one.
Usually, yeah, because like all the stuff that I had from like
it has Maggie Smith's in it. Dame Maggie Smith.
I didn't know who anybody was back then, and I have not watched it in a very long time.
It was live action though, yeah.
Yeah.
I love Secret Garden.
Yeah. So that was my favorite.
I'm gonna go home and watch it. Okay, bye. You have Binti that's in a full compilation.
Yes!
I have the 3 separate hardcovers.
Yeah, I read the first one and really liked it, and then...
It's really good.
I got that one. Yeah.
Binti's good. I've just never seen it fully bound together.
I know, I was really
as one book. Yes! Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's on my TBR again as a classic this year because I got a fancy copy of it, so it gets to go back on the TBR. Okay, we are home from that drive. That was long. It's 8 o'clock now, and I feel like I still need to be doing stuff. I am exhausted. But one of the reasons we went down, I didn't show you guys yet, was I got entire box sets. By the way, oh god, it's so heavy. And the others, the entirety of Mistborn for $30. Yeah, they're brand new. These are the UK editions, and this is the exact covers I've been looking for. That's why I haven't purchased Mistborn yet. But now I only need to get my copy of Way of Kings, which I had purchased one, and then the person never shipped it, so I got a refund. And then the moment that the order was canceled, she's like, oh, I'll ship it tomorrow. And I'm like, why didn't you respond to any of my messages about, hey, what's going on? Like, you weren't on vacation mode or anything. And now but it's not even listed anymore, so I'm still on the hunt for a hardcover copy of Way of Kings because it is way too big to be read as a paperback. It'll be prime breaking of spinach there, because I don't think I want to listen to that one on audiobook because the narrator is not a narrator that I enjoy listening to. So I don't know about this one for a audiobook narrator, but we'll see. But now it officially can go on the shelf for 22 of 2022. 22 of 2022 also, as I'm getting rid of, moving through these, any book that is being released right now this year is going right here for now. I do have like the newborn shelf for new releases, but there's too many. I am also halfway done with Aurora's End. That's how much driving I did. In order to determine what we're gonna do for the rest of the night, because I have reached my my writing goal, we're gonna go into the green felt book sleeve and pull out a task. And we're gonna work on the audiobook. That's what I pulled, so, which is fine. It's something that definitely needs to be done, but we're gonna put that right back in. I'm going to be editing chapters so that I can record them. Will I record tonight? I don't know, but I will at least be going through them so that they're ready to be recorded. Maybe tomorrow after swimming with Mom. So if Mom and I go swimming, because we might get some snow and she might not want to leave the house, and if she doesn't want to leave the house, then I don't want to leave the house. I'm going to I guess work on that and just chill until I go to bed. I'm gonna wash my face though because my eyes need a rubbing and I have makeup on. So yeah, that was the day. See you tomorrow. Good morning everybody. It is March 5th? Really? Why does it not feel like that? Did I go back in time? Anyway, hello. Clearly I have just showered. I have gotten up early today, and that's because I crashed last night. I did not get anything done with that audiobook stuff. I did like a page and a half of edits, and then I passed out. I woke up today at like 6:30. It is now 8:30, and we woke up, took a bit to wake up, and then we worked out. And now I just showered. We're gonna quickly eat some breakfast and then head over to Mum because she wants to do, instead of going swimming, which is why I worked out here, we're gonna do some retail therapy for Mom. And see what happens that way. Woohoo.
Hi.
All right, so my mom and I are at Target. I can't even. I'm Amie Fowler. This dress I would have loved the shit out of in 3rd grade. Like, oh my god. I can't.
So we may have found some carrots. Is this for you? Okay, ready? Ready? Get it. Oh, bye-bye, bye-bye. Come here, I got one for you. Ready, bye-bye? Ready, bye-bye, bye-bye. Get that, get that carrot. Yes. Get it. Is that good, Lucy? Everybody happy? No, don't steal your sister's toy. You got this one. Yeah. Lucy! Hey, good girl, bye-bye. You got it right back. Get that element. Get it. It's so slimy already. You guys want to see what it looks like when a shark attack happens? Ding dong, ding dong. Stop it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Piper, you happy if you kill it? Is it good kill it? Yeah. I love you too, baby. I knew the whole time she was just sitting on my desk staring at me, and the whole time was you wanted to sit on the chair. Isn't that right? Is that your whole plan? Yeah. Hello, we are home. We're in comfy clothes now because it is task day where we need to do things. I have started laundry now. I have cleaned up. We have made lunch, dinner thing. Actually, I need to go put that away. I just have my plate there from that. I just made some kind of stir-fry meaty stuff because simple meals, baby, simple meals. I just reorganized the 22 of 2022 shelf to better fit and accommodate. We are also going to drive a long time tomorrow to pick up more books. This is the last book I need for this shelf. But it's all 4 books and they're all in hardcovers and I like having a complete set, okay? But it's Way of Kings. Libby, once again, has dropped more books that I'm in the middle of. So not only do we still have 2.5 hours left of Aurora's end, we then have the Anthropocene to do. It also dropped Steelstriker, which is the sequel, the finishing of the Sky Hunter duology, and then, where are you at? Where'd I put it? Mr. Impossible by Maggie Stiefvater, the second book in not Wayward, oh my god. Dreamer trilogy, my goodness. So now these 4 have been added to the TBR on top of everything else, and I'm pretty confident I am not completing the TBR this month, but I am vetoing one punishment because I'm probably going to get one, but I'm also giving myself another punishment for the Ivory Key kerfuffle, unless I might try to read a different book that's more set in the Middle East if I can find one, and if I have time to do it, to kind of give myself that card. But I'm no longer counting the Ivory Key as that card. None of these qualify for it though, so stop giving me these books that you say are gonna be on hold for 10 weeks and then they're there the next day, Libby. The hell? What we need to do today. Chris. Chris, what do we need to do? Ma'am, can you tell me? Okay. So, I'm not going to start, I think I'm not going to be able to start the costume this weekend based on everything. We do have shenanigans tomorrow, but I want to have like concentrated video footage of creating it. So I think I'm going to have to save that for next weekend. But again, lots of changes are happening. I really want to get to it, but there's just not enough space and time in the universe to do that right now. So for tonight's stream and stuff, we are going to try to get our writing goal in. We're going to try to read more of Ivory Key. We're going to try and do more of audiobook. We are going to try and start the bookmarks. So this is an example bookmark I have made so far. It says, "Fuck off, I'm reading." You can see it. You'll see it better. But I'm going to try working on this one during stream today while also listening to audiobooks. I'm just going to try to pile through audiobooks like crazy at this point. So giving myself lots of more crafty tasks to help do that will be a good thing. That's not looking good like that. No, Master of One gets to go there now. You get to go there. Okay. I want to redo all my shelves again. I'm getting that feeling. Also, what arrived today is Daughter of the Moon Goddess. A very highly anticipated release. It's just a gorgeous cover. I don't want to put too much stock into it just because it has a gorgeous cover, but it is a gorgeous cover. Now own 5-6 books that have been released this year so far, which I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, because I'm prioritizing them, but I'm prioritizing series, and I'm prioritizing classics, and I'm prioritizing indies, and I'm prioritizing everything except everything else on my shelf. I don't know. It's chaos mode. That's what we're dealing with now. They have cat. Look at this cat. Look at this cat. She hates me. Yeah. Okay. Onto the chair. That was the weirdest way to jump out of my arms. I know you're very mad at me now. I picked you up. I'm a horrible human being who should be shot. Right? Tell them how much you're mad at me. Yeah, that much. All right. Let's get to work on shit. Hello, it is now just past 9 o'clock. We have done stream. We did a lot on stream. We did writing. I'm not quite at my word count, but I only need to do like 100 more words, so I'm going to quickly do that. But I just spent it also working on bookmarks. So this is beginning. It's not done yet, but this is how far I've gone. So I've done Fuck Off, I'm Reading in this stack of little books here. I'm debating doing anything else embellishment wise. That's, I think, as it's, you know, it's simple. I don't think I need to do. I was thinking of doing like vines and things around it, but I think I may just leave it as this is and then start working on the interfacing and the back fabric and then doing the sewing all the way around the edges. I'm feeling that more so than going any further with details. But I have also just finished listening to Aurora's End and I'm not crying. I was going to cry, but I didn't. I stopped myself from crying. Oh my god. I was so scared that all these characters were gonna die. I mean, and we did have multiple deaths in this one, so if the book I picked for multiple deaths doesn't actually have multiple deaths, I have this one covered. But it was definitely stressful. I'm giving it 4.5 because I'm mad about some of the ways that certain endings happen for certain characters. I won't say who, but damn, I also, here's the one thing. As much as I love Finian, and I love him so much, I don't think he should have been the cover. I think it should have been Tyler. I feel like this book encompassed a lot more of Tyler's arc than Finian's did. So as much as I love seeing my boy on the cover, I do think it should have been Tyler. Overall. Actually, also Zila. Zila's also a very good candidate for the cover of this. But I don't think this was really Finian's story at all. So, I mean, it was still part of his story. It's everyone has their own POV for a reason and stuff. But I think his stuff was more prominent in Aurora Burning rather than in Aurora's End. Which I'm also mad about it being called Aurora's End. It should be called Aurora Ending. because we have Aurora rising, Aurora burning, Aurora, and ding, they need a match and they don't match, and I'm mad about that. But this was intense. It's a really good audiobook experience though, so I highly recommend listening to it on the way because it's very immersive. It does different voice changes and stuff. It's a full cast. The music's great for it, so it's a full production, and that's why I like it a lot. But I'm very emotional about how this whole hang ended, and but yeah, definitely enjoy. And we did that, and now that's a complete series. We have completed a series. Huzzah! Finally getting through those. I can highlight it now in my little book. But for the rest of the night, I think I will just be in bed reading the Ivory Key and trying to get through that, and then we'll see what tomorrow holds.
Good morning. Really? We like the new blanket. Is that a nice blanket? Yeah? Do you have anything to say? What?
Good morning, everybody. It is 11. I've been up. I decided not to do the thing today where I go get these, drive for an hour and get these other books because we have some not fun snow happening right now. Instead, I have recorded a chapter. We have now 6 chapters recorded. Woo! 8 more to go. Great. We're getting there. It's slow, but ugh. I don't think I'm gonna finish this whole book this month. It's just, there's so much other things going on and need to do things, but whatever. It's cold and I'm tired. We do have a few other things we're gonna try to do today. I don't know if we're going to my sister's to play games, but we might not because, again, snow. Also, the cat very much approves of the blanket. We are not letting me use it at all. Even though it's a queen-size blanket, and I could definitely pull it over here and you'd still have some, but oh no, can't do that. So I'm basically gonna kind of roll dice, see where we want to work on. I kind of want to finish the bookmark. I want to finish like making the backing of it since the design is done, and then I need to sew it together. I also really want to start working on the dress. However, I want to make a production of it, so I would need to like put on makeup and start working on it so that I could do the intro before so I can show off all the materials, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. I don't know, but also my battery's dying, so 1 second. But the thing is, because now like Bridgerton's coming out, it should be perfect timing, but I want to have it like around the time that the show comes out, because that would just be a really nice coincidence. Which it comes out on a Friday, which is the day I release videos. So I basically have about a little under 3 weeks to finish this dress. And I might be starting a new job and all that stuff. But I also am like, it's cold and it's already 11 o'clock, and to me that feels very late, and I've only recorded a chapter. Granted, it takes an hour to record these chapters. Like, each of them has been around the hour mark. So that's been the issue. Sorry, I'm just doing my de-esser on it. Cleaning up the audio a little bit. And I haven't even edited any of these. This is just recording. I'm recording them all and then we'll edit them all later. But I have video editing to do. We've got our word count to match. So I don't know. I don't know what I'll do because I don't want to shower because I showered yesterday. But I do want to like get started on it. Yeah, I will suck it up and put on some makeup real quick and film at least the intro, and then I'll be okay to start. I also really want to continue listening to audiobooks today. We have now started the Anthropocene reviewed last night. I started just the introduction, so I'm only like 3% in. But it only should take me about 5-ish hours to read that book. So if I, cutting out fabric, pinning and stuff, that can take a long time to do. And then doing the sewing of the bookmark can take a long time. I still need to edit other vlog-y stuff and reading Ivory Key, because now we're on 6 days with a physical book, which is not great, especially for this month to be reading, and it's something I need to finish, so I'm just running out of time and I'm getting stressed out. I really forget about how much I hate fabric cutting. I have only done 2 full pieces right now. We have our sleeve pieces and the main dress pieces are now cut out. We still have so much more cutting to do. I have all of these. And they all have to be unfolded fabric, and now I'm worried I didn't get enough fabric, even though it told me how much fabric to get. But I don't think I have aligned them correctly, and I will suffer the consequences. But for now, we're going to have lunch. I have reached done point. I just cut out a bunch of other pieces, but I need this piece to be on a fold. And I don't have enough fabric for that, so I need to get more fabric. I'm going to move on to working on the bookmark. We're going to, I don't know, I feel like maybe I'm gonna take a picture of it and ask some people real quick before I begin. I'm gonna put a backing on it. I'm feeling like I might do this back for it, or this back. I mean, they're both fine. This one gives a more pop. This is more classy, subtle. Kind of feeling it. I think I'm feeling that. It's 3:40 right now, and I finished a little bit ago my bookmark. Hey, I finished the very first one. So I got the back on there. It's all sewn around. It's not perfect. It's got mistakes. It's not the best, but I did do it. Very first one done. Hello. It's March 7th, and I'm screwed. So remember that fabric I was cutting out there? Joann's does not have any more of it. I looked online. I went in the store. It's gone. So I might have to buy 6 yards of more fabric and cut out everything again. Because I don't know which piece this actually is, and I don't think I can pull off, like, finding another pack bed with fabric, I can talk, and putting it together to make it look nice and on purpose. Oh dear God. Crisis averted. Through some mystical power that Spence has, Spence found my fabric and I was able to get it. I don't know why when I was searching fabrics it didn't come up, but it's fine. Whatever. I also wanted to review the Anthropocene reviewed by John Green. I finished this last night. And I really enjoyed this. It's weird giving it a review though, because if you read the introduction, it's all about how kind of arbitrary the review, the star system and stuff, everything is. And it's a series of essays about a lot of different topics. And at the end, he gives a review to each of that specific topic. So I also highly recommend listening to this on audiobook, because not only is it narrated by John Green, there's a really cool part about this with a bird song that it's kind of a very sad story, but it has more impact to hear it, and you hear it in the audiobook. I mean, if anything, you can read the book physically and then go look up the bird song, but there was just something about the pacing in it that works really well for this. I've never actually read anything else by John Green, because all of those contemporaries that he writes have never really been my thing. They're all with characters that I just don't vibe with. There are also like a lot of tragic stories, and those aren't the kinds of books that I normally like to read. I've read a few of that genre, but they never tend to be my favorite. But I have always enjoyed the Vlogbrothers. I've watched them since they came to me on YouTube when YouTube was a baby, and they were kind of an inspiration for me starting this YouTube channel way back when I first went to Japan. That's why you'll see in the original Akita vlogs. The style is very similar to the Vlog Brothers. I've always enjoyed their stuff. I feel weird that I read Hank Green's books before John Green, and you know, because he's the author brother, but now they're both author brothers. I mean, they argue about that. Overall with this book, it's very insightful. It feels like it feels like a bunch of Vlog Brothers videos put in here, because John is always very eloquent and insightful with all his observations, and with the titles of all of these essays, they seem like very minute things or very odd things, like Nathan's hot dog eating contest is one of them. The QWERTY keyboard is one of them, which I was really happy about, because I'm like, it sounds like he's saying my name. But I really, really enjoyed this. I gave the Anthropocene reviewed 4 stars. Hey, I read a nonfiction. Still not on the TBR, but we read it. Okay. Anyway, the rest of the night, like, I normally would have gone to work out today, but I forgot my workout stuff. So I will work out tomorrow, but we also have to go get a drug test tomorrow. Yay, new job stuff. I don't think I said anything about it. I might have a new job. I was offered a new job, and I might be offered another new job. I might have some companies fighting over me, which is kind of nice. And I'm definitely putting in the done did it jar, but huzzah. Huzzah. We're going to work on editing the February vlog right now, actually. Fun stuff. All right. Hello. It's March 8th, and we just did our drug test for the new job, and my job is currently fighting to keep me, and it's turned into a very awkward, weird situation that I don't know what to do. And I was gonna go work out, and now I'm just like, I feel like shit. I don't know. So we're gonna go have some puppy therapy. Boom. How you doing? Hi. How? Hi. How you doing?
Fuck off,
I made it. Hey, baby. Sometimes you just need to wrap yourself in blankets and towels. You know, feel better. Yeah? No, oh, I'm not done. Okay. Sorry. This is important. Yeah.
Just waiting for somebody to step on it.
Yeah.
Thanks, honey.
You're welcome.
Okay. You okay? No, you're not done. Okay, we're not done yet. Lucy, are you done?
You can never leave now.
Oh. What? This one's the calm one.
Obstacle course, they got all
Yeah.
in your way.
Leap. And around the bend she goes. And through. Whereas this one is trying to look like some Baroque painting.
Super.
Yeah. We have finally finished our first physical read of the month, which was The Ivory Key by Akshaya Raman, fancy Illumicrate edition of it. And while it is a pretty book, it just didn't connect with me. It's not bad. It's a high fantasy. It deals with siblings. It deals with a kingdom that is losing its magic, and they are going on, they're all estranged siblings, so one of them is imprisoned, one of them is trying to escape, one of them has already run away and is being drawn back in, and one of them is the leader of the country at a very young age when she is unprepared for it. And so they all kind of get thrown back together and go on this journey to look for the Ivory Key, which is said to help unlock the magic quarries that have been sealed off centuries ago to help restore magic to the kingdom, because magic is a big part of their way of life. And it's interesting in concept. I just didn't connect with it. I don't know why. I wanted to. There's nothing I can say that's like inherently wrong with the book. I don't know. I might be getting into a slump, which is really bad for March because we have so many books to do, but I didn't find myself engaged with the story at all, which I'm really disappointed about because I wanted to really, really like this. This is also the first, I think, 2022 release that I have finished this year so far that I have gotten. I have 5 others on my shelf of 2022 releases. This was the first one we picked up. I'm also not going to give myself the card, by the way, just for more clarification. I think I've already talked about it. This card, I'm not giving it to myself for this book, but I will be trying to read Persepolis instead. But overall with this book, like, again, there's nothing wrong. I just couldn't connect. So it's probably a me problem. I did like the kind of twist ending. I kind of saw it coming a little bit with one of the characters being as shady as they are, but yeah, I really wish I had. So I don't really have any interest in the sequel that should come out, I don't know, next year or something, but it's just one that I'm probably not going to continue. I'll probably sell this one, but I'm disappointed that I didn't like it. So that's it. It's time for bed.
Hello. It is March 9th, and I just finished listening to Steelstriker by Marie Lu, one of the other books. It's not actually on the TBR, but one of the books that Libby decided to drop. I only have one more of those so far. Okay, that's the next one we're doing. But we have finished the duology of Sky Hunter. I really enjoyed this. I like the parallels that it displays. It's a unique world, but you can see where Marie Lu put her in, what got her inspiration from. In a few different ways. Like, there's surface level, like, North Korea vibes, and kind of like also America vibes. This one was rough. I was really wondering when the Steelstriker name was going to come into play. It doesn't come into play until the very, very end, but it was well crafted, I will say. This world and this technology in this world is very, very interesting. I do think I like the first book more than I like this one, but I enjoyed the pacing of it, all of the different characters in it, and just, it's a good duology. It's not my favorite of Marie Lu's stuff, but I definitely enjoy this a lot. It's definitely worth the read if you want some real cool kind of futuristic, dystopian, post-apocalyptic with zombie-like creatures, as well as like high tech and, you know, evil regimes and things. Like, it's got a little flavoring of everything, a little sprinkling of it all. So I really enjoyed this, and that is a series completed because it's a duology. So there we go. Hooray! Which means I actually get to start my new physical read. So I'm going to start off tonight with Lun Dun, which you can't see on there, but Lun Dun is going to be the next physical read, and then I am going to be reading Mr. Impossible by Maggie Stiefvater because that dropped in my Libby app as well. And later this year, I think Grey Warren, which is the third and final book, comes out this year. So I do want to continue with that. I do not remember much from Call Down the Hawk, though, which sucks because Ronan is one of my favorite characters of Raven Boys, of the Raven Cycle. And I remember not really vibing too much with Call Down the Hawk, so we'll see how we vibe with Mr. Impossible. Hopefully it gets better. But for now, Sky Hunter is done. Did a bit of work on another bookmark today. Here's some progress on it. Morning, everybody. We are in the car. It is March 11th, and we just, yesterday, I got some new clothes. I'm actually wearing one of my new shirts. But I went to my sister's, my eldest sister's, and she was cleaning out her closet and stuff and gave me a bunch of her clothes. Now, my eldest sister has kind of always been the skinny sister between the three of us. And I never in a million, she was like, oh, let me give you some of these clothes. And I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. And I took them thinking, none of these are gonna fit me, whatever, I'll take them and I'll just take them to Goodwill for her. Well, I tried them on this morning and they all fit. And I'm kind of freaking out about it. Now, granted, I did not keep them all because my eldest sister and I have very different necklines of what works for our body types. But I kept two of them, and I'm just like, hardly able to conceive that. I've never been able to share my clothes with my sisters except for Emily, and that's on a rare occasion, and usually it's her borrowing from me, not the other way around. So basically I've been the fattest of us all, and I've never, like, I definitely have never shared clothes with my mom. You've seen her. That'll be the day that I share clothing with my mother. That would be a crazy day. But this was just kind of a weird thing, and it's put me in a weird mindset where it's like, yay, but also like, oh my God, I hate myself. It's the body dysmorphia stuff is kind of throwing me for a loop. Anyway, we have to go take another drug test now for the other job that offered. I don't think I mentioned, but another job has offered to hire me. And so I'm gonna go do a drug test for them. And then we're driving to Larkspur, which is where the Ren Fair is, but we're not going to Ren Fair, but we're gonna pick up some books for trade. Woo. So funny news, like where it took me, that's Ren Fair right over there. That's the parking lot for it. I just passed some of the grounds, but yeah. Oh, and then got the fancy helicopter. Also, this area, heavy inspiration for Ashport and the surrounding area. So like it's got these roads that have these little tiny cliff sides, but like also there's bigger ones.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto South Spruce Mountain Road.
Okay. But yeah, so this area is called Larkspur. It's where our Ren Fair is, and it's, in my mind, has a lot of the scenery of Ashport. And probably some of Hispakak. They're fairly similar. But I'm like, oh, I know exactly where I am as I was leaving this person's house.
Hello, everyone. It is late now. May I interest you in a sleeping kitten?
Never mind, she's awake. Hi. Are you comfy? Okay. You have anything to say? Okay.
Hello. So, I accidentally left my camera in my car, so it's a little cold right now. I was looking all over for it and freaking out, and then I was like, oh yeah, I filmed in the car. Duh. We finished Mr. Impossible by Maggie Stiefvater, which is the second book in the Dreamer trilogy. The third book comes out later this year. And I don't know why I was putting this off for so long, but I was. Hold on. We need an angle here. Finished Mr. Impossible, and I like it. It's Ronan's story. There's something about this series though, where it's like, I don't think about it, and I don't remember anything about it from like Call Down the Hawk. I could not tell you what happened in that, and I think that's why I put off Mr. Impossible for so long. But then you get into the book and you're like, oh right, all of this stuff is happening, and Maggie Stiefvater's prose is really, really beautiful, and it's a very unique story, and I really like it. And you remember it after the fact, and you're reading it and you're like, okay, it's great, and then it's over again, and I'm like, what just happened? So it's like you were experiencing this really amazing things, and then the men in black come and flash you, and you're like, I remember nothing. So there's kind of a curse. Now I do currently kind of remember what was going on, especially in the ending, because like, what? All that stuff at the end was crazy, but it's so interesting. Now I gotta say, I'm not a fan of the audiobook narrator, which is Will Patton, who is an actor as well. I only know him from Armageddon. That's all I know him from. But it's his, so he does the whistling S's, but his voice is also so fucking calming. It is hard to stay with the story. Like, once I'm in the story, I'm like, okay, I have to really focus on listening, because if I dare wander for a bit, I'm like, ooh, smooth jazz, time to go to bed, kind of feel with it. So that's a slight con for the book for me. And because sometimes Maggie Stiefvater's prose sometimes is a little too purple, it's still beautiful prose, and there's some amazing lines in this book that are just fantastic. And I do love how she describes the world that we're in a lot, but there's a weird situation with this book where it's like, I love it, but I can't tell you anything about it. But when I'm reading it, I love it, and then I immediately forget about it. Like, I still love these books, but the information will not come out this way. It'll go in, but I don't know where I put it somewhere deep in there. So I still can't tell you what happened in Call Down the Hawk. And I also really want more Adam. I need more Adam in this. I need more of Ronan and Adam, because that's what I love, and I get what Ronan's kind of doing with not dealing with Adam and stuff, but like, I need, see, that was the thing about the Raven Boys, is all the boys are there, we have all of the characters. We don't have Gansey in this, we don't have Blue in this, because who knows what the fuck they're off doing at this point. You know, at the end of the Raven cycle with the Raven King, like, they were off on their own, traipsing around a car, with a car and stuff. Like, I just kind of get mad that they don't, like, keep in touch with their friends at all. So that part kind of makes me angry. But then with the way that Ronan and Adam's relationship is, I'm just like, I'm worried for it, you know? I'm worried that this separation during these very traumatic times is going to really affect them. And I don't like that. And I feel like Maggie Stiefvater is one who's okay with those kind of bittersweet, unhappy endings. And I'm not a fan of that. But I don't know. We'll see what happens in Grey War, and it comes out later this year. And maybe I'll try to prioritize it. Because I definitely did not prioritize this one. But now it's there, and it's done, and I've read it. And that means we're all finally on track with the rest of the TBR again. So I'm going to start reading Swarm tomorrow, probably. We also streamed tonight, and I finished writing Tinker Witch, which is the short story that I decided to write this month. And I've also been on a debatey thing about the sequel to Hisfakak, and how I probably shouldn't be working on it while trying to, you know, get ready to query Hisfakak. So I might put it on hold for a bit and start working on something new that's sitting in my brain. I have a few stories that have been sitting in my brain rent-free for a long time, and so I'm kind of debating starting to work on any of those in the interim and letting my creative juices flow that way. I don't know what exactly I'll be doing on stream. Most people voted that I write my contemporary romance, which I don't know if I want to or not. I don't know. I have a few contemporary romance ideas, but I also have this high fantasy idea. I have a few sci-fi kind of stuff I want to write. I've got this kind of, not historical fiction, but a primitive dystopian. I've got weird different stories all around, and I don't know which one to work on at the moment because they're all viable. They're all viable stories. I just need to develop the shit out of them. In their base stage, they seem very bland and nothing, but can grow to something more, and that's something I'm dealing with. I feel like I'm using the world of Hisfakak as kind of a crutch to keep writing, but I want to expand myself. That's why we're doing the short story challenge and stuff. But okay, let's relax. That's a chore to do, me relaxing. What? I'm working on the dress right now, but just finished listening to Swarm by Scott Westerfeld, as well as Margot Lanigan and Deborah Bianicotti. I don't think I'll continue this trilogy. The first book was really good. I don't like the turns that it took. I don't like the character paths it went on. Like, a lot of Zeros spent a lot of time establishing certain relationships, and it develops two all of a sudden without real foundation, and I felt like it was poorly done. I don't believe the relationships in it, and I just kind of, the plot in plot wise, I kind of lost any interest in it. It deals too much in, I don't know, it's weird. They all, like, all of a sudden they're all running a nightclub, studying their crowd, because it's a lot of crowd-based power and people interaction power, so it's not like your standard superheroes. It didn't really do much for me. Finally. Sorry, I had to undo this entire freaking stitch. I'm just not into it. And like, I remember really liking the first book, but this one I didn't care for. I didn't care for the narrator either for this. I don't know if it's the same narrator. I think it is, but some of the ways that they make some of the characters sound, just I don't like. But I just don't think I'm attached enough to really care about the ending. I don't know. I'll have to probably sit on it. I just, like, the first book dealt a lot more with scam and scam story, and so that kind of got taken away in this one, and it dealt more with characters that I'm not too, I don't really care. Like, I don't really care about Kelsey. I don't care about her very much. I like Flicker, but again, her story wasn't really part of this. It was a lot of Kelsey, it was a lot of Chisara, and that was the bulk of it. I mean, everybody else had other POVs. I just didn't really care for it. Just the way it ends. Like, I don't really know how you get out of these situations, and it feels rather hopeless. And so when the book leaves me with this utter kind of apathetic hopelessness, it doesn't make me want to read the final book in the series. So I don't know. All I know is I finished it. Finally, a book on the TBR. And then maybe I've tried to drop Mistborn on me, and I'm like, you're gonna hold off on that. We're not gonna do that right now. So anyway, that's that. I finished a book. So rest of the day I spent all day doing that dress. But we sat down and I started working on my next big book project. So I have plotted out a bit. I'm kind of planting it a little bit. Just so I can get my word counts in and also start getting a feel for it. I find that I can start stories pretty easily, and it helps me kind of weed out, like, kind of set the tone and set a little bit of what are the different threads I want to start putting in for foreshadowing and stuff. I don't know. I have a weird process when I start writing a book. But this will be my first ever contemporary that I intend to finish, I should say. I've done a few other stories that are considered contemporaries, but I've not done anything with them in years. So this is the first contemporary I've written in a long time. But we've started it. I did 1492 words today, and then I just sold a book. So we're gonna send that out. And for the rest of the night, I think I am just going to continue reading Lun Dun. I think that's our plan as we adjust to daylight fucking savings. Hey, bye-bye. I know I'm standing near the treats, aren't I? And you think that means it's treat time. Yes, it's a baby. How are you? Happy late birthday. / foundling day. Yay, buddy. Hi, honey. My good girl.
It's a boy mongoose in the bath.
I know. Hello. So we're over here today because I thought we were gonna go see an apartment for me.
Yeah.
And so we went and did some groceries. And as I get in the car, guess what happens? Cancel.
And I put makeup on and everything.
I didn't put makeup on, but
No, that's where you went wrong.
oh. And
I
then
was
not
ready.
only that, but the
I was
showing I
ready to
had for
show.
Friday as well, also canceled.
So
I'm so tired of this. I just want to find a place to live.
you're making me all shaky.
Why can't I find a place to live? I just want to live somewhere.
We want you to live somewhere.
I know, with my dog. You want to move with me? And go to a place for the pie? Right? It's so hard. It's not fair. So instead we're gonna dip baths and we're gonna shave dogs. Yeah. Not you. You don't get shaved.
Not an angry shave though. I hate that.
Yeah. We're going to do a nice one. You're just gonna get a nice bath. What do I smell like? Do I smell like something?
Meat.
You smell like meat?
You smell
Your
like
meat?
protein.
Yeah. Hello.
No.
Bye-bye.
Somebody else's
Hi.
business.
Good girl. Adventure dogs. We're rock climbing dogs now. Look at us go. Oh.
Well, they're
Good job.
this afternoon.
Yeah. We did it. We climbed a mountain. Doo, 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 doo. Hanging out. Chihuahua. You want him too? Seagulls versus geese. Oh, we're gonna have a rumble. We're gonna rumble over here.
When you're a
Seagulls. Geese. Honk. We're gonna have a quicksand situation here, aren't we? There's my ROUSs. Hey.
Yeah, it is stinky.
Yeah. And we let's go back to a path here, ma'am. Lucy, leave it.
But there's so much.
Come on, guys. Lucy really wants to see ghosts. Are they mocking you? They make squeaky noises. It's just like our toys. Oh no. Ah! Bye.
Made it.
Oh, not quite. Back on the path. The not so sinky, sandy, muddy path. Let's go. Hey, bye-bye. Dear, are you happy? We good? Lucy good? Oh. Woe is me.
This is the part that stinks.
Yeah, Mom. Get it off. I'm too clean. Ah. Oh, baby. She do it to you too.
Go deep clean.
Yeah, you have the thicker fur.
I gotta put these outside, so I'm gonna go quickly.
Yeah.
No.
It's time to torture this one.
Oh, we don't like that very much. Go with the grain.
There you go, against it to get the good cut.
Well, I don't think so.
Honey,
How embarrassing.
I know.
Just the before.
Just blame your wire pointer side.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Lucy. And they bathed you too. It was like the worst day ever.
Wash all this nice clean hair just to cut it all off.
I feel the same way when I go to the hairdresser.
Here.
Hi. Yeah.
Here. Fresh new cut.
How do you feel? Can you hold
Violated.
Can you hold a mirror up? I want to see my bag.
Good girl.
Now, if you
wanna
think you
get
need
you?
a touch up on color, we can make another appointment.
Yeah. We good.
Not
okay,
bad.
you're free.
Can you scratchy scratch me? Hey, Lucy.
Gosh.
You feel better?
And
Oh,
there's...
thank you. Okay. See? You don't hate me, right? Oh.
No, you don't take me to the vet.
Yeah. I didn't give you the bath, remember? That's right.
And Pie, you were very good. What?
Okay.
I hear you.
Pie's got a lot of Lucy hair all over her too now.
Well,
As do I.
yay!
Okay. You good? Okay. Okay. Okay.
Get me out of here. Oh my security pillows.
So excited? Are you so excited? You're so excited. Hi. Hi.
Music so that Quinn's got a nice even.
Just throw it or what, man?
She doesn't throw it.
Are you gonna share?
We're in Walgreens right now, picking up prescriptions. And apparently this Walgreens got busted into last night. The front door is shattered, destroyed. Yeah, we'll show you go out. But, oh my God. That's quite insane. My goodness.
So we didn't know that.
Yeah. So you came in?
Have a good day.
My goodness. Okay, we're home right now, and apparently a trailer for Heartstopper has dropped. I'm gonna watch it. We're gonna do a react thing right now.
Heartstopper trailer. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is it their secret boyfriend or straight like crush? I speak in gray to match the shade on the inside of my brain. I decay when my tongue touches the edges of your name. Hi. As your token straight friend, it's my duty to remind you that sometimes people are straight. Oh, I love the little animations that go with it. I think such a nice friend. Hi.
Okay. As soon as I saw Charlie's room out, I was like, oh, they did exactly from the graphic novel. That was a good pull. Really cute. Cute so far. I like that they have the little animations. I hope that's actually part of the movie and not just the trailer thing. I think that will add a little bit to it and to bring, you know, since it's brought as an adaptation from a graphic novel. That's really cute. It's cute. I'm still worried. Still a little scared anytime anything gets adapted. But yay. Hello. It is like 9 o'clock now, but I have just finished reading Lun Dun by China Mieville. I know when I first introduced this book I called it Lun Dun, but it's on Lun Dun. I really enjoyed this. It's a very surreal kind of book. Now, I pulled the card for this as steampunk, and I can't say that's traditional steampunk at all, but I get in the like subversion of, you know, London society and having kind of this alternate reality kind of situation. Yes, that's steampunk. So I'm still going to count it as a steampunk book. It is classified as that. It takes things that we use every day and turns them upside down kind of a thing. It's very interesting. I like the concept. It feels very kind of Coraline, Alice in Wonderland, Neverwhere, those kinds of stories. It's very much similar to those, and it's really cool. I also really love that there's a lot of little drawings and things all throughout the book as you're reading, not just like in chapters. So like here's a bunch of these guys, Utterlings. The Utterlings are adorable. There are some points in this, there are some sad moments that made me really sad that I was hoping weren't true. Some deaths that happened that I hope weren't true, but I really like this like a big cast of characters we get, and again, this book subverts a lot of tropes, one of them being the chosen one trope, and I really appreciated how it did that, and it was just really, really fun. And it's weird because it's like a it's not actually a middle grade, but it's like a middle grade for adults, I would say. I don't necessarily think this is actually a middle grade novel. I mean, definitely not based on how middle grade usually is, just with like font size and things. It's not. It's definitely for adult readers, but you know, it's middle grade character is the main character of it, so it's just interesting. I'm not sure how to classify this book, 'cause it's definitely not YA, but it is my first China Mieville book. I know China Mieville is pretty famous author, and I have another book by him called The City and the City, which apparently my sister really likes, but she's never read on London, so I'll probably lend this to her if she wants to read it. But I really, really like this, and I am sad at how long it took me to get to it. Yeah, and I'm kind of sad at how long it took me to read it, but you know, we busy. Yay, physical read! So now I have a couple more physical reads on the TBR. We are halfway through, a little over halfway through March. Let's hope we'll do that, but recommendation on Lun Dun. It's 9 o'clock, so I'm going to try to get my word count in for the day and then go to bed. Morning, everybody. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Woo! And today I'm going to be talking only in my Irish accent. I'm just kidding, I'm not going to do that. I just finished my workout this morning. We're going to shower. We're going to do a test for hair because I have these, they're on the floor, curler thingies. So we're going to test it for the Regency period, and we'll see if I can do anything with my hair. 'Cause I don't do hair well. I'm not knowledgeable. I'm not skilled with hair. So we're going to take a shower, roll up the hair, and then probably work on the hem to finish the dress. Okay, they're in my hair. I had to improvise because I ran out, so you definitely need more. I have 12 of these in my hair right now, and then 2 whiteboard markers as well. I don't know what it is, but like I can't get them to be like tight and stay in place. Like it's just weird. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So basically they say to leave them in for like an hour, or you know, how long it takes to dry your hair. So we're going to work on some other stuff in the meantime. Hello, the hair is still drying. It's now just past noon. So what I decided to do today is do something I used to do, which is put my tasks and things on little piece of paper, and I have them in a jar. So I've just for an hour done some more painting while listening to audiobook. You can kind of see it. Kind of looks okay. I am frustrated though because the little paint things that they give you with these sets, a lot of them have dried up. So I'm gonna have to do a lot of mixing and stuff, and I'm not gonna bother with that. So I've done an hour of that, and I've just pulled my next task, which is an hour of reading. So last night I started By Winged Chair by Kendra Merritt, and I am about 50 pages in. I really like it so far, which is great. I'm a little confused by the time period, because it is this fantasy world, and this by costume and things, I'm not quite sure. Like the way that the characters talk feels a little bit more modern, but there's like corsets, and they're traveling by horse. And it's weird. I'm not quite sure of it. It is a Robin Hood retelling. I'm not 100% sure what the time period is. But yeah, but I am enjoying it. So we're going to read for an hour, and hopefully the hair will be dry by then. I can still feel some of the curls are still quite wet. It's a great look for me though. All right, this hair is still kind of wet, but whatever. We're going to take it out now. I just did an hour of reading By Winged Chair. We are now over 100 pages in, and it's really fun. Really like it. I'm still weirded out by its confusion of period.
Hey, that actually works for Lizzie Bennett. Oh my god. Okay. Oh yeah, that's not. Those are definitely still very wet. Oh yeah. This is still very wet hair. But these curls are exactly like Lizzie. They're very Lizzie. That's so funny. Gotta figure out a way to dry this hair faster. I actually think I need more of these so that I have less, or I have that less hair tied up in all of this. But, It's hard to get out of your hair, I will say that.
These curls turned into Lizzie Bennett curls, the front ones. The rest is still very wet, so this was a fail for now. We will do something else with it.
Okay, my car should no longer make horrible, scary noises. Yay! Let's test it out real quick. Nope, not making that horrible grindy noise. Yay! Let's go home while listening to When Night Breaks. Yes? What? Can I help you? Ma'am? What's up? Did you need something? Just started hollering at me. What do you need? Really? Tell me more. Oh my goodness. Emily's ignoring you? So you came in here? For the attention? Do you want me to make foods? Did you eat your dinners? I don't think you ate your dinners. I think you're doing bad about eating your foods. Emily said you were doing bad about eating your food again. Yeah, I knew it. Okay. You chill there? Okay.
Most of the rest of the day, I have been reading. Because I've been really into reading My Wicked Share. By Wicked Share. Did I say my? Anyway. We streamed a bit and I was reading with Fee. But I've now come across a line. That cursed line. I let out the breath I hadn't known I'd been holding. We were doing so well. Alas. It is 12:40 in the morning. And I have just finished reading By Wicked Share. So wow, it's the first time in a while that I have just like read a book. But I really enjoyed this. It's very cute. I kind of treat it like if you've ever seen the show Gallivant. It's a little anachronistic, but with that fantasy setting. And I really like the world building. I really like the characters. I love Zev a whole lot. I wasn't a huge fan of, there's a lot of religion in this that is very blatantly, just, here's Christianity, but we're going to call it a few other things instead. Not a huge fan of that because I am not a religious person. It works kind of for the world, I guess. But that was kind of like my only real like, not a huge fan. I like a lot of everything else that was in this. I love the great cast of characters. I do like the idea of, well, I love that this is kind of an own voices fantasy telling of Robin Hood. And that we do have an unconventional main character. I'm really about that. I like the little love story that we have in it. I love the side characters. I do wish there was a bit more development with some of the side characters. Especially when a certain side character is suddenly in the mix. I kind of wanted a bit more with them. But whatever, that's fine. I really like this. It's very, despite it being a chunk, sorry for the light, it's a chunky book. It's just under 400 pages. It is a very fast read. So you can read this in a day, like me. Almost a day. I technically started this last night, or two nights ago, I guess now. But I read the bulk of the book today. I super enjoyed it. This was a very pleasant surprise. And there was one weird message where it was like, kind of talking about how suffering makes us stronger, and it's not exactly the message that I enjoy the most hearing, that because then it just like kind of excuses suffering. I don't know. It was a weird vibe with that part. Overall, definitely check out this. I'm definitely going to check out her other books in this series. There's a bunch of other like companion novels, all featuring kind of disabled heroines. I forget what everyone else's disability is, but this one is a girl in a wheelchair. Her legs don't work because she was thrown off a horse. So there you go. That's My Wicked Share. Very nice. Highly recommend. Yay. It's been a crazy couple of days. I'm very sleep deprived at the moment due to some circumstances of a personal nature. But I finished listening to When Night Breaks by Janella and Jealous. I was like, is it Janelle or Janella? Janella. This is the sequel to Where Dreams Descend, which I can't remember when I actually read. But this is a sequel. It's the matching Owl Crate special edition of it. And it took me a bit to get into this one, not gonna lie. I was really into it by the end of it though, I will say. I really enjoy this. I really like the imagery that Janella Angelis does and the complicated nature of the relationships. Because there's like, it's not a love triangle, but there are so many different layers of the relationship between Kalia, between DeMarco, and between Jack, that it kind of feels like a weird love triangle, but also not, because there's this bond between them in different ways, and I really like how it's complicated and just it's a different way to look at that kind of trope. So I really appreciate it. I really do wish there was more Eros in this, or Aros. I really liked him. He's the assistant character in the first book and he's fun. And I thought they were building to something more with him in the beginning of this, but they weren't, so that's fine. I enjoyed this. I'm only giving it about 3.5 because I think I like the first book better. But it's still very beautiful. It has a lot of really cool imagery because it's about magicians, you know, and in this kind of other world through the mirrors, and it's really, really cool. So there's that. Finish that. I think that so we're halfway through our TBR. I can't even fit this on the shelf. We still have Peter Pan to do for our classic. We have Foolish Hearts still to read. We've got the project that's finally dropped in our Libby app. But we just started Gilded today because that also just dropped in the Libby app. And I'm already really enjoying it. I didn't realize it was kind of a Rumpelstiltskin, but also der Earl Konig, the Earl King fairy kind of stuff, which I love. We still have Anna and the Apocalypse to do. We still have This Winter to do, as well as Persepolis, which I have chosen instead because I read the Ivory Key, but the prompt card wasn't going to work for it, so we're going to read Persepolis, which will. So that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books. 7 books still to go.
Hello. This is my Regency period look. It took so long. It's not even that great. I don't know if you guys can see. I've been trying to figure out how to do Regency hair, and this is what we're getting, okay? This is what you get. I've got the Lizzie bangs, even though they're uneven. And her hair is like, it is pinned up and like has the draping curls, but I can't figure out for the life of me how it's done because I don't do hair. So there's our look. Let's go put on a dress.
Are you the good girl? Oh, are you going to help her?
Let's do a photo of that.
Are we just going to be a good girl?
Please.
Yo, he's so sweet.
Now everyone in the video is going to be like, you get another dog?
Yes. She's everyone's dog because she's the bestest girl in the world.
Hi, babies. Hi. Come on up. Up, up, up. Hi, my girls. Yeah. I love you. What? What you doing? Just got my save the date for somebody's wedding. It's a little book one. It's so cute. Little bookmark. Isn't that cute? Bye bye. Hi. Look at your mouth. You weirdo. Your sister's a weirdo. Hello everybody. It is March 21st and today I had my first day at my new job. Yay! It was okay. It was mostly paperwork. Exporting. I came home after work and have been editing video, editing the Regency dress one. Yeah, just having all that tonight. Not doing any writing today. Just came home and did that. I picked up the camera to tell you guys something. And then I don't remember what it was. Just that I had my first day at work, I guess. And then I finished editing a video. Woo! Still in the middle of 2 books. So I don't even have a book to report. Although I am like getting really into the wood. Like the wood is surprising me
right now. I thought this was going to be like a basic 3-star, whatever, it's fine kind of book, but I'm actually very into it, so it is one of those underrated pleasant surprises. More to come after I finish it. I've been in reading mood lately. Like, I just want to be in my bed and read physically, which is something that hasn't happened to me in a while. Like, for a longest time, reading physical books has been kind of a chore. It's where I usually, not tonight, set aside an hour before bed to read so that I make sure that I'm doing it. Granted, this took a bit longer than planned, so I didn't do it, but I forced myself to get this done. Lately, I just really want to read books, which is great, and I like having that feeling again. I have felt in the past a little bit like I was just reading for the sake of, you know, pulling books off the shelf and getting them done. So I was kind of losing that kind of passion for it, and it felt more like it was work. But right now, in my state of being, I am really wanting to read, even though I have other obligations preventing me from reading. But it's like, ah, good, it's coming back. Maybe it's because I got my depression meds back. Maybe. Because I have been off of them for a few months now. But now I'm back on them, thank goodness. So maybe that has a contributing factor to my love of reading and stuff. Hopefully go to the gym tomorrow. I was gonna go today, but my shins really hurt today. And I think it was just because of the shoes I was wearing at my new job. And we walked around a bunch of warehouses on like tour and stuff, and the warehouse floor was very slippery. So that might have had a factor in it. So hopefully tomorrow after work we will go to the gym, do an hour elliptical or something. I have been feeling kind of really not great body image wise, especially when I wear stuff like this and I'm on camera. Like, I'm really sensitive a bit about what I'm showing you guys, but these are my comfy clothes, okay? Even in editing this video, there's like some angles that I don't like that I shot from, and even just seeing myself in the Regency dress. Like, Regency dresses, empire waists are not very flattering for anyone. And it's really not for me, in my opinion. It kind of makes me feel like I haven't actually lost any weight. And I know that I have slowed down in my weight loss, which has not been great on the mental health and body image. And I just filmed a little funny video, I sent it to my friends and stuff, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, what? Why did I even send that? They're probably all looking at it going, because that's what I see. And so, yeah, I'm struggling that way a bit. So I really want to get a better workout thing that'll help take care of some of the insecurities. But, you know, you don't get instant results with it. And I think that's one of the biggest issues with weight loss is, like, so many of us just want that instant result, but it takes so much effort and time. And I am really good at just losing motivation and saying fuck it, you know. So I don't know, that's where we're at today. We're all over the place on this part of the video, so I'm going to go to bed. Good night. Hello, we are home from our second day at our new job. It is March 22nd and I'm cold. I know I'm in a spaghetti strap, but that's because it's my comfy clothes, okay? Leave me alone. I don't like wearing big sweaters and things. I was gonna go work out today, and my car started making annoying noises again, so I took it to see my dad. He doesn't know what's going on with it, and now it's too late to go to the gym, so we're home. We'll go tomorrow. Also, it's cold, but I canceled this subscription a while ago, but I guess I still had one left from what I had already previously paid. But that is, I have a Phoenix Crate box. This should be the last one, but this is actually the indie box that I was sad to get rid of, because this is where I get a lot of indie books. This is the crate that Half a Soul came in, along with 2 others that I have yet to read. No, several others. So I've gotten a couple boxes of these, because it's like a quarterly box. So we're gonna find out what's in here. I don't even know the theme or anything going on here. This is for next crate, which I'm not getting because I can't afford it right now, but is apparently a Cinderella themed box. The book we have here is Wrought of Silver and Ravens by E.J. Kitchens. And I'm not a fan of the cover. It does that standard cover thing. Let's see what it is. 7 princesses, 7 dragon lords, a nightly dance of magic and fire. Princess Thea of Gilioste, that's a name, is a realm walker. Betrayed by a trusted guard, her rare gift of enchantment is used to curse her brother and trap herself and her 6 sisters into a nightly dance with dragons in a secret realm. The realm's prince has the ability to take and twist her magic for his own purposes, and Thea fears that what those might be. For when one dances with a prince, a kingdom might be at stake. Athtar Owain is a hunted wanderer, one determined to keep his secrets and the treasure he carries safe at all costs. When he rescues Gilioste's prince from raiders, he is rewarded by being forced into the king's elite silver guard. While this gives Athtar a temporary home and some protection from those hunting him, it also makes him responsible for the young prince and the 7 enchantress princesses, all of whom are cursed. Athtar alone can save them, but to trust enchanters is to risk exposure, and Athtar isn't sure where his loyalties lie. So this is a high fantasy retelling of the 12 Dancing Princesses, which is one of my favorite fairy tales. It is a chunk of a book, though. This baby is... how many? 502 pages. There's that. There might also be another separate box coming, just FYI. We have some washi tape. Here's some cute washi tape. I never really use washi tape, but you know, that's fine. Signed book plate that we can put in that. The calligraphy set, which is cool. Dancing at Midnight candle. Not bad. Don't mind it. I'm not sure what exactly those scents are. Look at this pretty quill. So normally there are more books in the set, but I think on their little card here they say if you are a deluxe, which I don't remember if I was a deluxe or not. There might be another box coming. This is the indie book. It will now go in the pool of indies.
Hello, it is March 23rd and I have finished listening to Gilded by Marissa Meyere, and I loved this book. I loved it so much. Aside from it being so shiny, that was the card that we had, was the shiny book. It is beautiful and I love this so much. Marissa Meyere gets me, okay? She gets me. I have yet to like hate a book by her. I have loved every single book I have ever read by her. Now, I still have like 3 more that I haven't read, but you know what? I think I'm gonna love them all, but I absolutely love this. This is a Rumpelstiltskin retelling, and it's so good. Like, our main character, Cerilda, just lies out of her ass all of the time and gets herself in this horrible situation where she has to spin gold out of straw for the Earl King, Goblin King kind of situation. Not a David Bowie situation, but she meets Gild, who is a ghost who helps her spin the straw into gold. And she keeps having to get, is in this situation. She has a lot of loss that happens in the situation. She's trying to figure out the mystery about who Gild really is and how to get out of the Earl King's clutches and stuff, and it is so good. Now, see, here, the thing about it is that it does follow a decent pattern that it's a little, like, there's some predictability to it, but it's in the way that it's, like, satisfying, and yes, this is how it's supposed to go. Now, that is not to say this book is without twists, because the last, I don't even know because I listened to it on audiobook, but, like, the last, like, 2 hours of the audiobook, holy crap, we went on a ride of heart-wrenching deaths, of twists and turns, and just god damn it. And now I desperately need the sequel, which comes out later this year. I think it's either a September or a November release, I think, but it's called Cursed, and I desperately need it. I am just in love with all of these characters and this world, and I just I really love this book. I love it so much. I love the way it's written, and it's, again, read by Rebecca Soler. I think she and Marissa Meyere have some kind of deal where she just reads all her books, but I'm not mad about it because I love Rebecca Soler's voice. I love the way that she brings life to all these characters and this wide cast, and it's just beautiful, and I love it, and I love it, and I love it, and I need the next book now. She creates these amazing worlds, these complex characters, has some swoony romances usually that just tickle my heart and I love them. And to finish The Wood by Chelsea Bobulski, so I may be right back with another review. Hello, told you I'd be back again. I have in fact finished The Wood by Chelsea Bobulski. This cover does this book no favors. I get what it's doing with the leaves like this. However, we could have done much better because I went into this book thinking this was going to be a like thriller, suspense, murderer in the woods kind of situation. It is not that. I don't remember when I picked this book up. It was a long time ago. But that's the image in my mind. I didn't, read anything about this beforehand. But it is much more paranormal, much more urban fantasy than I realized. I liked it to a point, and that point is the ending. Like, you kind of know, like, there's this big bad happening, and you kind of start to realize what that big bad is. So I wasn't surprised by it. I was a little miffed by the motivation behind the villain because it did a very standard thing that didn't feel like it was very grounded or very developed. It was just kind of thrown in there last minute. So that part I was like, bleh. I really liked the concept of the wood. There's a time travel aspect to this, and I really enjoyed that. Some of it you have to suspend your, disbelief for a little bit, but I didn't like the ending because it didn't satisfy me. There is a loose thread in here about there's this other character named Henry, and he's our guy from the past, and there's this mention of an elixir that makes him something a little bit different than the other people she's dealt with who have time traveled, and it's never addressed as to what that is, what the consequences of that are. I thought it was going to have something. I thought there was going to be a reason for this elixir that's mentioned, but it's never resolved. So we have that plot, that little thread dangling around still because it's not done, and I thought maybe that was something that would change a relationship. I was hoping it would mean he would become what's called an intermediary in this, and I thought that would be a really good way to keep everything together and kind of tie the little bow because of the villain, and then there's these other gaps in the count because there's other deaths, and it's like there's some open spaces, and if he's so different then maybe he could fill in that spot and we wouldn't have the ending that we do. But it's never solved that way, and I would have liked for that resolution, so that kind of took down a star for me. I did really enjoy this. I thought it was a very unique concept, and it was definitely not something I expected. So yeah, that's The Wood. The cover's doing it no favors. I have an image of like a woodsy background here, and we do the tree with the leaves doing this, and then we have the blue fireflies, and then like thresholdy things. If we do like a threshold, 2 trees with that, and then fireflies, that would be a better example for what is in this book. We make that and do a re-release of the book and then rewrite the ending so that it does what I want it to do. This was actually the last official physical read that I have to do. I'm gonna read Persepolis to regain my Middle Eastern card, which is a graphic novel, so that will only take me a little time, but I might be able to read some of the other books that were planned to be audiobook as physical reads, or I might yoink something off of the 22 of 2022, or maybe read Cytonic, because I really want to read Cytonic, but I keep not drawing Cytonic. Because I only have so many days left, I might focus on finishing the TBR and maybe not getting a punishment. Who knows? But there's The Wood. Check it out. It is a decent read. This is a good read. I'm just kind of adjust a little bit. Just a little bit. And then it would be even better. We're here at the process. It's a writer's place. We're in the quiet room right now. We can't talk. So we're gonna write. And then we're gonna party. Hello everybody, it's March 25th and I have completed 2 books right now. I, on stream, actually finished reading Persepolis. I'm so sorry for the lighting. Lighting is bad. I finished Persepolis to regain my Middle Eastern setting card because this is set in, mostly in Iran, but it's about an Iranian girl. It is a non-fiction memoir and I liked it. I liked the first half of it. So this is actually 4 volumes. It's all 4. It's the complete Persepolis. 4 volumes all in one. And I think I liked volumes 1 and 2 more than 3 and 4. There was a different tone to it. Don't know how to say her name. Marjane, not quite sure. I'm so sorry. Earlier life and, you know, experiencing things as a kid with a war going on, with everything happening, getting shipped away to Austria and growing up that way, and then coming back as her in her kind of adult life. And I ended up not really liking her very much as an adult because some of the things that she does, and there's an issue in here that wasn't really addressed, and I would have preferred it to be addressed because it's a pretty serious thing. Like, there's a possibility she got a guy killed and there's no real like remorse. Well, I mean, she has a little bit of remorse for it, but only when her grandmother gets mad at her, but it's never really talked about again. So that part is the part that I was like not a huge fan of that. I like it. It's an important book. It gave me a lot of a broader sense of what actually, you know, has happened in Iran's history, for things that I don't know because I grew up in Western media. How can I know these things? We don't get taught them. Appreciate all of that and the insight that it's given me on that. As a narrative is what I'm more kind of judging this. I didn't like with the ending. The ending feels very abrupt in terms of storytelling, even though this is nonfiction and, you know, she's still alive, she's still living her life. I would have liked like a little something after her, you know, departure that ends in this story. Just to kind of clarify a few things, where certain people end up, but yeah. So that's Persepolis. I enjoyed it. I'm giving it like 3.5, but yeah, there you go. Then I also just finished listening to The Project by Courtney Summers. Yay! This is a kind of thriller mystery involving a cult. It's 2 sisters, and I enjoyed this. Courtney Summers does a really good job of ripping my heart out with these tragic stories between, this is now my 2nd book I've read by her. The other one was Sadie, and Sadie also has a very tragic ending. This has a less tragic, still tragic ending, but less so. She does really interesting things where, like, I did predict a lot of the kind of twists and turns, but part of that is because in going in, like, I already knew this was about a cult that was telling itself that it wasn't a cult and stuff, and the main character Lo is kind of investigating it and trying to find the secrets because her sister had joined the cult many moons ago, and she's trying to find her sister and stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of signs in here that if you know going in, it's easy to predict what has actually happened in the past or what's going to happen. There are several twists and turns though that I didn't predict, so I'd give her credit for that, but also I give her credit for leading the reader in the correct direction, because that's how a plot twist should kind of work, is you're led in the right direction. It's not fully blindsiding you, because if it's fully blindsiding you, that means you didn't
do a good job storytelling, in my opinion. It's a, you know, bittersweet kind of ending. So yeah, the project is complete. I gave it 4 stars. And yes, so we now have 4 books left with the TBR. And we have like 5 days left. But luckily they are all short. The longest one I have, I think, is Foolish Hearts, which is a 7-hour audiobook. I still have This Winter to do, and I have Peter Pan. I'm going to physically read Peter Pan, just because it is the fun Mina Lima copy. And then we have Anna and the Apocalypse to read. So we're going to try really, really, really hard to finish these books. Bye! Hello everybody. It is March 26th right now. I spent the whole day with my mum, basically, doing stuff, watching Bridgerton. But I did, while watching Bridgerton, finish my 2nd bookmark. It's the Everything is Fine bookmark. What? I did it. That's 2 bookmarks this month. Well done to me. Also been completing a lot of goals. I did some adulting goals, kind of getting my self organized a little bit, feeling more like I'm an adult than a you know, child who doesn't know anything about being an adult. Should have learned many years ago about certain things, you know, because my dad takes care of a lot of stuff and I want more responsibility. Well, I don't want it, but I should have it. So we did a bit of that with Daddy-O today. Started listening to Foolish Hearts, and because it's 10 p.m. we're going to start physically reading Peter Pan in the fancy Mina Lima edition of it, so it should be a little bit more fun to read that way. And then the service engine light on my car went off. And I already have another car appointment, but it's on Tuesday, so I need to survive. And we have an apartment showing tomorrow, and I'm worried about it. And we need to film a video, and we have a stream tomorrow because I didn't stream today. And I need to come up with my interview questions because we're interviewing Ginny. And I'm feeling the stress a little bit, but also demotivated. I don't know why. Lately, I think ever since I like hit my word count, I'm like, whatever. Whatever. Hey, finish this. It's a thick one too. It's these. I don't know how great of bookmarks these actually are because they are quite thick. Especially with this one because of all the layers for the flames. So there's that. We're just gonna read and deal with all these problems tomorrow. But I wanted to check in and to show off a bookmark. Everything's fine. It's fine. Good morning, everybody. It is almost 9 a.m. on March 27th, and we're gonna go to O'Reilly's and see if they can figure out what's wrong with my car because the service engine light's on. And then we're gonna go, in theory, if my car is drivable, to our apartment showing. It's another self-guided one, so hopefully no murder basement this time. How do I do this? My car is so bad. Ah, there it is. Figuring out what's wrong with my car. It's not a lovely beep beep beep. Okay, we are in the apartment. Here's the living room, little kitchen. It kind of smells like cat pee in here. This would be bedroom. Yeah, the whole hallway walking in here smelled like cat pee. Saw that. Little closet. So, I guess there's another closet here. Kind of scary neighborhood. But yeah, I don't know if the smell can be fixed. Otherwise, I guess it's fine. I'm kind of at my wit's end with finding a place to live. But yeah. But I don't think I want to spend $900 a month on a place that smells like cat pee. Yeah, that place. I'm getting so frustrated with this whole search because that place is about $900 a month
And while it looks fine, like the smell, it was like, even just walking into the building, it smelled like somebody just pees in the landing. And then that smell just did not go away. And I don't want to live in a place like that, but I'm also like, where else am I gonna find somewhere to live? But we are going into Toward real quick because we have some new shoes to pick up, because all I have are boots at this point, and we need shoes. So we're gonna go do that, and then go home and film a video, hence the makeup, because I realize I need to film the April TBR, even though I'm not done with my March TBR yet. So I don't know how I'm doing this whole thing with reviewing books within TBR videos, but we'll do what we can. We have finished listening to Foolish Hearts by Emma Mills. Yay! I also basically read this in a day. I started it a little bit yesterday. This was for my card Shakespeare Retelling. I don't know if I can really count it as that, because while it has Midsummer's Night's Dream in here, it's not actually like a retelling. Like, the storyline is very different. Granted, I'm not wholly an expert on Midsummer's, but I don't think I was trying to figure out like who was who, if this was like an adaptation within an adaptation. I didn't really see it, but I'll still count it because, you know, it has Midsummer in it, and they do adapt the play within the book, so it's just not an actual retelling of it. It's still very cute. I don't have much to say about it other than that it's cute. It didn't leave me with any like real lasting impression. I think it had cute characters, it had interesting characters, good growth. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't have much to say about it other than I enjoyed it. It was nice. It was a quick read. That's about all I can really say about it. I don't know if I'll hold on to it or not, because it's just kind of cute, and I don't think I'll be going back into it for any reason. But yeah, it's cute. Sorry, my computer just turned off, so the lighting just went different. But yeah, so we now have 3 books left. I did film my April TBR today, which is gonna have to be a thing where I'm just not like fully completing TBRs before I film them. Granted, I only rolled 5 books for the coming TBR in April, but we still have Peter Pan to finish, we have This Winter to finish, and we have Anna and the Apocalypse to finish. So I will start listening to Anna and the Apocalypse tomorrow, and then we'll have This Winter to do, which is only going to take a half hour to read. So Peter Pan is going to be my biggest struggle right now, just because I'm physically reading it. Yeah, but then we're on it from April. Woohoo! Well, aside from it already smelling like urine, there is no lockbox for me to view the place. Cool. Freaking hate this. Hi. Oh, immediately. Hi. I was gonna talk about a book, but okay. I guess we have to do this. Hi. I just finished listening to Anna and the Apocalypse by Katharine Turner, I think, which is apparently a movie first and then a book. And I also am read because I just worked out for an hour on an elliptical and then came over here because I had to drop off my car because it's going to the shop tomorrow again. And I had to come steal a truck, but you know, puppy time as well. Need to play. Oh, yes, can I help you? What do you need? But yeah, so Anna and the Apocalypse, it's a zombie book. The card I pulled, I believe, was Multiple Deaths, and yes, I was right to pull that card. There are quite a few deaths in this. Obviously, it's a zombie apocalypse, but there's more than I expected. And it was fine. I gave it 2 stars. It played on a lot of tropes that I don't like. There is a best friend, unrequited love, friend zoning kind of thing, but he's not the dick that is like, well, if you don't love me, I won't be your friend anymore. He still remains best friend. But the misogynist jerkwad kind of prevails and just saves the day, and I hate that, hate that trope. And it's fine. It was
it was fine. What? Right, she probably doesn't want me to say any more because I have nothing else to say about it, but yeah, I didn't really care about any of the characters, and that's it. I'm just gonna love on my dog for a bit before I have to go home. But don't tell her that, okay? Don't tell her. Do you have something to say? What do you want? Oh, I have to? Oh my god. Okay. Shh. Hey, calm down. Young lady, calm down. I'll do the thing, just calm down. Hello, we're at my new job in my office. That is not at all put together yet, but it's my lunch break, so I thought I would mention that I finished 2 books this morning. I have finished listening to, I started and finished listening to on the entire car ride here, This Winter by Alice Oseman. This winter is really short. It only takes half an hour to listen to it if you're at double speed. But it's got all 3 perspectives of the spring kids. We have Tori, Charlie, and Oliver. And I really, really like them. Obviously, I like Charlie's part the best because it involves him and Nick. But it's also kind of about that holiday season, about how mental health affects everybody during that season, especially with somebody who is recovering from like an eating disorder like Charlie is. I do really want to see more of Oliver. Like, he's the youngest sibling, I'm a youngest sibling. I would like to see him grow up, and I hope Alice Oseman is planning on something for Oliver. We finished reading Peter Pan the Minalima. I read this physically. So I've never read like, Peter Pan. I've only ever like seen the old musical with Mary Martin. I don't even think I've seen the Disney animated. I don't actually think I've fully seen it. Like, I've seen clips of it, but I don't think I've ever watched it. But it's funny with the interpretations and the new retellings of Peter Pan, how everybody makes Peter Pan very dark and evil, and I never really got that until I've read this, and now I'm like, what is this about Peter getting rid of the boys who grow up? Peter's evil. And there was no real point in Peter Pan where I felt like anyone was right. Like, it was weird. It wasn't a bad book, and my battery's gonna die, so I'll talk fast, but it wasn't a bad classic. It wasn't my favorite classic. It was still fun and whimsical, and the little things inside of it made it very interactive, but, you know, Peter Pan be dark. Hello, it's March 31st. It's the last day. And we're about to start gaming, but I have just finished listening to Weather Girl by Rachel Lynn Solomon. This is super cute. I was a little uncomfortable during the sexier parts of the story. It was not what I expected. This is incredibly cute story that features a girl with depression. Sorry, the lighting. Bad. I felt it was a very honest take about depression, especially with somebody who is on meds and in therapy and stuff. Like, I felt very seen that way. And also, our male protagonist is a fat male protagonist, which you don't see very often at all. I've been seeing more fat female protagonists lately, with the kind of a trend in that, but you don't really see that with the guys as much. And they have, you know, the same body image issues that a lot of women do. And I was really happy to see that portrayed in this. It's super cute. It's a little bit parent trappy, where they're 2 co-workers at a news station, and they parent trap their old bosses who used to be married, and then they're divorced, and it's made to work a very hostile work environment, so they parent trap them, and it's very cute. And I love this. It was really, really great. I gave it 4 stars just because the raunchier stuff, I was like, whoa. There's some weirder scenes in this that I've noticed a trend in contemporary romances and how they portray the modern women and how much of their personal sex life should be included. I personally am not a fan of that, and that's kind of why I take stars away from books now, but it is like kind of what the market demands. But overall, as a love story and stuff, and as a growth for the characters themselves and with their familial relationships as well as their relationship with each other, it was very, very cute. Highly like it. Yeah, this is my second release of 2022 because this released in January, I believe, that I've completed. Woo! We have 1 more book to finish. I have about 50 pages left of The Last Unicorn, and that is all the books that I will have finished 21 books in March. Well done to me. And tomorrow, quarter 2 begins. I'm kind of really excited for it. I have a really fun short story idea to start. We start Camp NaNoWriMo. We have a convention this weekend. Hopefully I go to it this time. And we will have a very busy quarter 2 planned out for us. All right, I did it. I have finished The Last Unicorn. I didn't like it so much. Like, it's fine. I don't think I quite grasped it. I wanted something more at the end, especially with the unicorn, considering it's the last unicorn and it's kind of her story. It just, I don't know. I guess I didn't connect with it too much, and I feel bad about it. I've never actually seen the movie either. I know the song, but I don't think I've actually ever seen the movie. Or if I have, it was when I was really young, and so I don't remember it. But I remember a lot of movies from when I was young, and so this is one I probably just either didn't see or only saw. I remember like the animation style of it. I just don't recall the rest of the story at all. You know, it's fun. It's quaint, I guess is the word I would use for it, is a quaint book. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, and I guess that's part of the whole charm of it, but it kind of felt like reading Neverending Story, which I also didn't really love, but like I love the movie. It's just, you know, it's a fun little book. I read it now, and that's the only book from the 22 books of 2022 that I have completed this month. On the other side, a pre-order came. So pretty. And there is a wood bookmark that says, "I can shape death, but you can give it life." Gallant, which also has dropped in my Libby app, so I will be able to read this like right now. Here it is. It's so pretty. It's got the black sprayed edges. We've got, it says, "Everything casts a shadow, even the world we live in." And we've got some end pages here. Oh my god. Okay. We've got, "There must always be a prior at the gate." It's so shiny. It comes with a signed plate that we will put in the right page. I don't know which page to use. Yay, new V.E. Schwab book. These were the end pages that it was supposed to be, so they printed them instead because they had a goof. So that's kind of cool art. That's the end of the March vlog. We begin quarter 2 tomorrow. We begin NaNoWriMo tomorrow. We begin a whole new copyright. Never mind. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the March vlog. We got through everything. Almost everything. There was one goal I did not accomplish for quarter 1, and that's the Search for the Phoenix audiobook. No one's more disappointed in me than me, so you're fine. Alright, well, I'm gonna go to bed though, because I have work tomorrow, and we're gonna kick off April with some big stuff happening, so stay tuned for that. Put your questions and comments down below, or on Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter. Oh, I'm so tired. Take me out on Kofi. Sorry for the yawning. I'm just sleepy. And anyways, I'll see you next time, cuties. Bye! Oh my god, I am very triggered right now. Is that ours? Oh god, I can't remember. I still refer to it as ours. Is this Fun Services?
We'll find out.
Because that's the exact slide I know how to fucking fold. So we're in Walring right now. I can't talk. Wow.